All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going on a little trip, not too far, just about a decade into the future. We're going to explore what a single day might look like in 2035. This is all based on some fascinating reporting from The Guardian, and it paints a picture of a world where artificial general intelligence isn't just a tool, it's everywhere. So let's kick things off with a kinda strange question. What if your AI glasses were actually worried about you? Worried they weren't doing a good enough job. It sounds a little out there, right? But this isn't just some silly thought experiment. It really gets to the core of how our entire relationship with tech is about to be flipped on its head. Now, the technology making all this possible is something called AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. Basically, this is the moment AI graduates from being a one-trick pony, good at just one thing, to being a true general-purpose partner that's more capable than us at most things. And hey, if you're into deep dives on big ideas like this, it would be awesome if you could hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us out. Okay, so let's get into it. Our journey into 2035 starts the second you open your eyes. In this world, AI isn't just waiting for you to tell it what to do. Nope, it's already up and running, a proactive part of your home. So picture this. You don't just have one AI. You have a whole team of them, all working for you in the background. It's like having a personal staff. One is your information agent, sorting through the news for you. Your wearable tech is basically a new sense, picking up on things you don't. And the whole time, all these little agents are learning your habits, trying to figure out what you need next, sometimes even before you do. And here's a perfect example of how that actually works. Last night, maybe you just glanced in the fridge for a second. Your AI glasses saw you were out of eggs. And that's it. No command, no tapping on your phone. An order was placed. By the time you wake up, a drone has already dropped them off. It's totally seamless, completely predictive, and honestly, it feels kind of like magic. But there's always a but, right? This magic doesn't come for free. It runs on a very specific currency, your data. And that's the fundamental trade-off we're looking at here. For all this amazing convenience, you have to give your AI deep access to your personal life, your habits, what's in your fridge, everything. The payoff? Your life runs with incredible efficiency. This brings up a huge point, and the experts in the article are really clear on this. The whole system only works if it's built on a rock-solid foundation of consent. You have to be the one in the driver's seat. That means having super clear, super easy ways to opt out and decide exactly what your little AI team gets to see and do. All right, let's keep going. So say you wake up one morning and you're just not feeling right. Well, in this 2035 world, your trip to the doctor or your interaction with healthcare is gonna look completely different. So, instead of you trying to describe your symptoms, your doctor's AI has already been crunching the data from your wearables. And while you're talking to the actual human doctor, the AI is listening in, checking your case against literally millions of medical studies, like right then and there. It's giving it an instant second opinion, drawing from a pool of knowledge that no human doctor could possibly hold in their head. But here's where it gets really interesting because it's not just about the tech, it's about us. A poll from 2025 showed that over half of people would still prefer to talk to a human, mostly for reasons of trust. So even if the technology is there and it's perfect, our willingness to actually use it, well, that's a whole other story. And you can see how this creates a totally new dynamic, right? The doctor's job completely changes. They're not just the one making the diagnosis anymore. Now, they're more like an expert interpreter, someone who manages their AI partner. And you gotta think, medical schools would need a complete overhaul to get new doctors ready for a world like that. Okay, so you're done with your super efficient doctor's visit. Now what about your job? Or maybe what's left of your job? Because AGI is poised to shake up the very idea of what work even means. So you see this number, 15, that goes all the way back to a prediction from 1930 from the famous economist John Maynard Keynes. He thought that by 2030, we'd all be working just 15 hours a week thanks to technology. He was a little off on the timing, but with AGI, that wild idea might finally actually happen. Let's start with the rosy picture. The upside. I mean, with all that extra time on our hands, the thinking is we'd see this huge boom in things that are all about human connection, right? Live entertainment, travel, art. We'd finally have the breathing room for creative projects, for our families, for just being part of a community. But yeah, there's a pretty big downside to consider. The article points to a real risk of a society-wide crisis of, well, mass boredom. Think about it. We've been conditioned for generations to work 9 to 5. A lot of us get our sense of purpose from our jobs. So what happens when that's gone? That sudden flood of empty time could lead to some really serious mental health struggles. And this tug of war between amazing promise and serious risk, it doesn't stop with our jobs. It stretches all the way into one of our most important systems, justice. You can almost see how it would unfold, step by step. It starts small, with AI just helping lawyers do research faster. But then, to make things more efficient, you have an experiment with AI barristers actually arguing cases. Sure, it's quick and cheap, but then the mistakes start rolling in, serious miscarriages of justice. And that's when people would start demanding to know what's going on inside that AI black box. And here's the really crucial takeaway. It doesn't mean humans are suddenly out of a job. The irony is, it creates a whole new kind of human work. We become the watchdogs. Our job becomes about constant surveillance of these incredibly powerful AI systems, even sending out good AIs to chase down the bad ones. So, after walking through this whole day in 2035, from the eggs on our doorstep to our doctor's appointment to our jobs and our courts, we're kind of left staring at one huge fundamental question. And this quote from the article just nails it, I think. The future we're talking about isn't about AI taking over, it's about a new kind of partnership, a new tension, as they call it, between our skills and the AI's power. Figuring out how to navigate that tension, well, that's going to be the great challenge for all of us. And that really brings us to the final point here. This isn't some far-off science fiction fantasy. This future is being built brick by brick, in labs and in boardrooms today. So the question isn't just, what will 2035 look like? The real question we should be asking ourselves is, what part do we want to play in building it?